So in terms of how organisations can measure progress in terms of culture and psychosocial risk, beyond the annual engagement survey, there's lots of different ways that can be done. I always like to think about sort of top down and bottom up approaches when doing that. You obviously need to have that high level, holistic approach, looking at existing data sources that you're obtaining all the time in terms of leave, turnover, exit interviews, your involvement with various initiatives, training data. But then also you're having some other more regular things and some more qualitative culture reviews, I think, can be really important. Consulting with team members and employees is a legislative requirement. And, not only do you meet, compliance by doing that, you just gain so much insight into culture, into psychosocial risk factors, but also in the solutions. And, the people doing the work on an everyday basis often, I would say 90% of the time, have the best ideas on some of those job design, strategies, and then keeping that progress, that monitoring, that refinement, that review, just part of the way things are done, I think is going to be, the most effective way in terms of measuring that progress.
And I think just one more comment on that. Gallup recently released a report, a direct correlation between the employee engagement, the employee happiness with the success in the employees outside of the work. And this correlation works in both way around. So which means if someone is happy and well performing in their workplace, they could be also successful in their life outside of the work. That's why it's so important, the work-life integration, rather than working about work-life balance.
Yeah, for sure.